Alright, so this is my review for 10-1-19. Just get right into it. The spies have been in this channel. I guess the day opened, spies were in this channel. Um, Between 198.50 and 298.50 and 294. And then they started tanking. So this is, off the open, or a little off the open. They just started falling. Yeah, really hard. And I was watching Facebook. You can see my plan, or this morning, my thoughts. I was watching. Oh, so this kind of shows. So this is a SPY this morning. It was up a little bit, but still in this range. I was thinking wherever the SPY goes, I was thinking it might bounce, go up. But I was ultimately thinking whatever the SPY does, I thought the market would follow, or the individual stocks. So I had Facebook with this big line here at 176.95, 177, whatever. And I thought, maybe it gets below there. And then Roku had these big lines at, well, it's hard to see there, but those lines, we'll look at them in a minute. And then Netflix had this big line at 268, and then 283. I thought that was a really big one. Then 260. So I was watching these, and then Facebook, as you can see, when the SPY started turning over at 10, sure enough, um, I'll pull up the SPY chart so we can kind of see the comparison. I mean, look at the same thing, right? Right about the same time, 10 o'clock, bam, everything started falling. Started falling. Facebook started tanking. And one thing I did notice about Facebook is there was one trade in here, I thought. So I had this pre-market, there's this pre-market high here, and then I thought here too. So pre-market, you saw I had that line, or I had this line here at 176.95. Well, here, let me see. My bad. Maybe it wasn't that one. Let's remember. Oh yeah, this going off this level. So I saw this line here, pre-market. I thought this looked really good. This guy here coming off this previous high, and it stuffed really hard right there. So popped up to that, and obviously you can see on the 1 minute stuffed hard at that line. Where I thought would have been a good trade, especially with SPY starting to roll over too, would have been one you could have tried here, which I didn't like, but here after it broke under this 178.85 level too, um, that was a big line, and I thought that a pop back into that would have been very gnarly. And this too, I feel like was a very big confirmation of, went down, tried to go up, and then just tanked. Here popped nicely, even popped into red green. Got another couple pops later on, but then I was like, okay, well, Facebook, I didn't really see after this happened. I was like, I don't really see any opportunities. Um, the Netflix, actually, I hadn't seen this one since this morning. It was tanking after green red, but wasn't following spies as good. But Roku started off following, so about 10 it started pushing, and then we saw the spies really tanking, and then Roku started pushing up and pushing towards this green red, which was also those pre-market or after hours and pre-market lows. So I was like, okay, and red green. I thought there'd be a slick little spot to hit it. When it pushed up like this and confirmed and turned hard, I thought it was gonna push. I really felt like it had momentum. The spies were tanking fast. I mean, look at the spies. This was at what 10:15, 10:30, and the spies were already tanking and rolled over again. Was pushing new lows. So I was like, okay. It was a little FOMO, so I took a quarter of it because I realized it was FOMO. And then when it came up and hit VWAP and this, and then rejected, when it pushed that little low, I hit more and was like, okay, I'm gonna just get out over these highs. And it was just weird because the tape I was watching it, it was very like You just saw lots of red, lots of selling, but it was selling into someone because every time it sell, they'd get soaked up, tons of selling, and then like a little wave of green prints would push it up right back into the highs. And so I actually exited a little early because my original stop was gonna be up here. Because I was like, man, maybe I'll add into it because I've been getting stopped out a lot lately at the top. Would have won like every day, like almost for the last couple of days. So I was being a little more careful, but I saw the tape not acting right, so I just jumped out and I felt good about it. And I even told Kevin, I was like, man, this looks like it might be a good buy, which I'm glad I didn't because I probably would have bought in here and then got stopped out for a ramped. But I think overall I did the right thing. I think this trade here was this kind of a goof. I shouldn't have been trading here. I should have been looking up here for the stuff on the tape. Even though it would have been a loss, could have been a small loss, and this was just a chase, and I gotta stop doing that. So tomorrow I gotta make sure stay focused on not chasing and just trading A pluses. And if I don't feel comfortable going full size, just not doing it straight up. So all right, that's it.